Hi, this is Jason with Schley's Bonsai Supplies. It's been years since we've done a tour of the nursery here in DeLand, Florida at 2745 Audubon Ave. We've officially been in business for 20 years. We've been in this location for 12 years. And for those of you that have watched our videos over the years, you've kind of seen how the place has progressed from having basically just dirt, weeds, and sand into a beautiful bonsai nursery. We're still a work in progress, but I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour. I went and got myself a drone that I'm still learning how to use, as you'll be able to see shortly. But I wanted to kind of give you a little visual tour of the nursery. I want to apologize for the shaky video, but I also kind of want to show you what we've been working on. In the front here, for those of you that have been to the nursery in the last 5 years, this is our koi pond. It's 12 feet deep, 130,000 gallons. We have huge koi in it, and we have a nice little pergola that at this point it needs to be restained and cleaned up. We just put the cork bark black pines out there for display. Not exactly bonsai, but they're kind of neat accent pots out here. Without further ado, let's get started. And I definitely am still learning this drone. I picked it up about 4 months ago and I'm still learning the controls, so I'm really sorry for the jerkiness. It's amazing that bamboo has gotten that big in only the last 5 years. I'm trying not to hit the bamboo here. You can see the little building down there. That's actually the chicken coop. There's no longer chickens in there. Now we have turkeys. But right there is kind of a little bit of a view of our trees that we're growing in the ground. We have about 6 locations of trees that are growing in the ground on the nursery. Here's our babysitting area right there in the back. You can see little seedling black pines and the shimpaku that we've been wiring. I have a bunch of little ginkgo bilobas down there. Also, you can see the bonsai area. This is stuff that's a little bit taller. I'm trying to get closer so you can see the trunks. All of our tropicals here, and now we're moving on to the hardy stuff pretty quickly. You can see some tridents out there, some nice cypresses that we collected 7 or 8 years ago. You can see that I'm having to repair a lot of the benches. Literally, the benches were put up 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and they're already starting to go away. This is our bonsai stock area. Everything's in trainers here. Some old trunks. Some of these were my mentor's trunks that are over 25, 30 years old. This is our cutting area. And then here's our starting bonsai area along with specimen trees that are on those individual stands. It's really coming into its own. All these benches have been put up over the last 12 months. We didn't have any of these benches up 12 months ago. You can see the black pines back there and the root makers on top of soil. What I'm doing right here is, by the way, that's where the magic happens. You can see the little chair and the area that's covered the soil. But I'm trying to show you guys our gimelinas, or our parrot beaks, that we've been working on. I'm really proud of them. That's a big old buttonwood right there that needs to be worked, but I'm just still trying to figure out the controls to this mini drone. But you can see some of these trunks are 12, 15 years old on these Melinas. Then we have the Green Island ficus is there. Boy, I'm sorry. We get nauseous watching it, right? You'll see a lot of the big feminine junipers and cypresses and bougainvilleas over there. A lot of nice smaller material here. Willow leaf ficuses, rain trees, zelkovas. There's Kishu junipers. And now I'm trying to kind of give you a tour of where we put a lot of the stuff in big pots to grow them on for a few years before they ever go into trainers. I was going to try to do a whole tour of all the half-finished garden, so you can kind of see what we've been working on. Off to the right there is a lot of our stock. And then we have this really nice wooden sign that we had made. I love it. I think it's great. It needs to get up on 6x6s, so it's up off the ground, but for now we set it right there when people drive in. This is where people kind of come in when there's the parking. There's my brother's truck that needs to be taken out. Here is our main entry point to the garden. Now, granted, a lot of these trees that are here are not for bonsai, like the irises and lilies and stuff, but if you look, there's a ton of stuff in here that we put in the ground with a 5 to 8 year rotation. We try to get the trunks nice, and then we dig them up and start their life as pre-bonsai. This is our events venue off to the right there. That's enough seating for about 200 people. Again, these are all reclaimed pathways. Unfortunately not perfectly level, but the price was right on the concrete, and we are always working on upgrading the walkways so they're a little bit cleaner. These are river birch that are in the ground. We decided not to use those for bonsai here because frankly they die back pretty hard when you cut them, so they look nice in the garden. I wanted to show you guys kind of the center of the nursery. You can see the sweet plums, Sagittarius in the ground on the right there. That's what we do. We'll put them in the ground for 8-10 years until the trunks get nice, and then we dig them up. This is our centerpiece fire pit area, which I love this area, and I wanted to bring it up to kind of show you. You see all the rain trees that are in the big pots. They've since been sorted so they don't fall over. You'll see some elms and some, oh, that's nauseous, grapevines and stuff, specifically just to thicken the trunks up, but they also look nice. Yeah, look at the sandpaper vines blooming. That's nice. And then we have 8 different types of bamboo here. Again, I'm sorry. And then you're going to see in a second the battery gets low and the drone says, oh, that's time to go. I did not do that. It just automatically does that when the battery gets low. And man down, and it actually is fine. Luckily, the shrubs, the Sagittarius, saved it. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope to have more soon.